Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is gonna be my highlighter declutter. I am decluttering my whole makeup collection. So I have already uploaded some declutters and I'm gonna be decluttering more things. So if you're interested in that, check out my declutter playlist. There are gonna be a lot of new videos on there and there are some new videos already. So let's get into these highlighters. I have way too many and there are a lot here that I don't want to keep in my collection. I think this is gonna be quite a declutter. So I'm gonna put some things to the side and then just go little by little. So in my declutters, I always show you everything. I show you my whole collection of a certain makeup product. That is what I like to do. So you have the real idea of what is going on in my collection. And so I also show you some things that I'm still reviewing. And yeah, I just show you everything. So that is something I always like to note. So let's see. I have these Kiko Ultimate Glow highlighters. I have one in 02. This is a very beautiful like warm pinky shade, a little bit like peachy pink. And then I have the one in 03. And this is a very yellow one. Like it's golden but also very yellow. I love these both. I think this is a beautiful formula. Very comparable to the Now the Skin Glazing. So I am gonna keep these. These are amazing. Then this Catrice Glow Lover Oil Infused Highlighter is very subtle, but it's such an interesting shade and it's a really interesting how it looks on the cheeks, how it looks on your skin. I actually really like it because it's so cool toned. It looks kind of fresh, but because it's not too stark, it just looks natural as well. I feel like if this shade was really metallic, it wouldn't look as good on me, but now I think it's really flattering, so I'm gonna be keeping this one. This Make Beauty Fun highlighter I think is a really beautiful highlighter. It is really nice, very glowy, and you can also use it a little bit as a blush, but I put it with the highlighters. I think this one is really cute. Then this Essence Jurassic World highlighter I actually really like. It's pretty new in my collection. It is quite a nice shade and formula. I'm gonna keep it around for a little bit longer. It does have a little bit of a weird scent. I don't know what is up with this scent. Then the Essence Make Me Glow Baked highlighter. I'm still reviewing this. This is one of those things that is in my to review basket. It's not really in my collection yet. And for now I can say it is very, very subtle, like really, really subtle. I don't know if it maybe is a little bit too subtle for me. I feel like it doesn't do a lot. And I do like my highlighter a little bit more glowy. Then this Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector I put in here because I have no powders. I basically have no powders. It's not something that I use, so I don't really have a spot for it. And this kind of has like a highlighty side. But I hated this. I really didn't like it. I don't think this is a good product. It just looks chunky and weird and it didn't feel like it did anything. So I'm gonna declutter it. This is gonna go. Then this Winnie the Pooh Colourpop highlighter, Super Shock highlighter in Silly Old Bear. I am still reviewing this, trying this out, but I really like it so far. This is a very cute highlighter and just looks beautiful and glowy on the skin, so I'm gonna be keeping that one around. Then this Dior highlighter from the summer collection, I think last year, is in the shade Peach Dune, and this is a very shiny peach to gold duochrome highlighter. This is more of a blush topper for me. I really like it, so I'm gonna be keeping it. This is also a baked gelée formula, which I really enjoy. Then we have more Colourpop Super Shocks. I have the other one from the Winnie the Pooh collection in Acre Wood, and I'm gonna be keeping this one, still reviewing it. Then this one I'm also still reviewing. This is the Super Shock highlighter in the shade Flip Flop. This is just a pretty basic champagne, but I thought it would be nice to have in this formula, and it's a beautiful one. I really like it so far. I just have to use it a little bit more. Then this Catrice mini highlighter was from their Advent Beauty Gift Shop collection. This is a mini powder highlighter in Pink Crystal Glow. This is a beautiful, stunning, a very shiny, like microfine shimmer that looks very sophisticated type of highlighter, and it's like champagne but also mixed in with cool tone pink. I really like this one. I'm gonna be keeping it. Then this Charlotte Tilbury one is really a flop for me. It is just quite chunky and it's not the right shade, and I just feel like it doesn't look that flattering, but it's really new in my collection, so I'm gonna keep it around for a little bit longer. I think the packaging is also really nice, but I regret buying this. For me, this is definitely one of the worst products of the year that I bought. I think I really shouldn't have paid the money for this. It always feels worse if it's also a little bit more of an expensive product. I would say don't get this. It's not worth it, but I'm gonna keep it for now because it's too fresh in my memory. Then I have the H&M highlighter in Crystal Mauve. This is one of my favorite highlighters, but I haven't used it a bunch lately, but I definitely want to use it more in the fall and winter, so I'm gonna be keeping that one. Then this Sweet Affairs Duo Cacao highlighter by Kiko. This one has two highlighter shades. One is a bronze and one is a just basic champagne. I don't feel like this really has a place in my collection. There's nothing wrong with the formula, but the shades are not really special, and this dark one doesn't even really work on me. If I mix them, it's kind of okay, but okay I think is not enough, especially because it's kind of like a bulky product, takes up so much space. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Alright, this LYS highlighter, this is the Aim High Pressed Highlighter Powder in Genuine Rose Gold. This is very metallic, really lays on top of the skin. I think it would be nicer, this formula would be nicer as an eyeshadow, but I don't feel like it really works as a highlighter. It's just too like thick and unflattering, and it's not the right shade. I don't like this. I don't like this on myself. I don't like the formula. I don't like the shade. I don't like the packaging. Why did they make it so shiny? I mean, it just looks bad. It looks bad on my skin. It looks bad in the packaging. I had high hopes, but this is not going to work out for me, so I'm going to be decluttering this one. Then I have two Essence highlighters, the Everlasting Blooms. It's kind of a nice highlighter, but I don't know if it's like interesting enough to keep around. There's something quite creamy about it, which I like. Maybe I will keep it for a little bit longer because it's pretty new, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it forever. This Essence the highlighter in Staggering, I don't really like. I feel like it, well, it's not a bad highlighter, but I feel like it lays on top of the skin a little bit too much. It's just a little bit too metallic-y, and I like shiny highlighters, but in a way they should still look a little bit natural and blend to the skin. And yeah, this one doesn't do that for me, at least not enough. I think there are gonna be people that really like this, but I'm not one of those people, so I'm gonna be decluttering this one. Then the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter by Charlotte Tilbury. I actually really like it. It's a beautiful shade, kind of like a cool toned pink. And I've used this quite a bunch, and I really like it. This is a nice one. Gonna be keeping it. Then this is basically my favorite highlighter in my collection. As you can see, I've used it a bunch. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing in Privilege. Such a beautiful formula, such a beautiful shade. It's just amazing. It looks so shiny, but still so natural, and it just makes me feel amazing. So I'm gonna be keeping this one for sure. Then the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Ultra Glow Highlight in the shade Divine Rose. I actually really like this one. It's very natural, but it has kind of like a gold, pinky gold duochrome to it. But because it looks quite natural and really smooth and blends into the skin, I really like it. It's kind of like a blush topper, but I can kind of make it work with a lighter hand as a highlight. I really like this one. It's a great formula. The packaging is also really nice, so I'm going to be keeping this one around. So this Bobbi Brown Ulla Johnson highlighter, I definitely bought because of the packaging and the embossing, because it's just really cute. It is not my favorite formula, but it's a nice formula, and I feel like I could come to love it a bit more than I do after decluttering some highlighters and making some space in my collection, so I'm going to be keeping it around. I was a little bit disappointed by this one because I felt like this was going to be fabric, but it's just like printed on. Even though it's still a nice pattern, it's not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be, and yeah, the formula and the packaging is not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still pretty new, so we're gonna keep it for a little bit longer. And then this Colourpop highlighter in here, Kitty Kitty, is actually one of my faves. I really like it. It's a very blinding, okay, that's not the best swatch, but it's a very blinding champagne highlighter, very beautiful, really into it. I'm gonna be keeping it. Also one of my faves is the Kiko Milano Ocean Feel highlighter in Virtuous Golden Rose. It is beautiful. It's kind of like a mauve highlighter, but it's very shiny, really blends into the skin. It's just blinding in the best way possible. I am gonna keep this forever and ever until it literally falls apart. And this Fruit Lighter by Cleona, that is a multi-chrome highlighter that was in their collection with Emily Violet Marie. It was their collaboration, and I think this is a beautiful highlighter. It's almost like one of their multi-chrome eyeshadows, but it does work as a highlighter with a lighter hand, and I just think it's really interesting. It's really fun. There's just something special about it. Even though I wouldn't really wear it to work or anything, I don't know if I would really wear it like out and about. I still really like it. It is just a little bit more artistic, a little bit more different. You can also use it as an eyeshadow. It would work like that as well. So that's also why I'm keeping this one around. And then I have this Kiko Milano Dolce Diva Glam Cushion Highlighter. And this is a champagne shade, a champagne highlighter. Let me see if I can get a little bit more out here. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Whoops. Okay, so this doesn't really give you the right idea because it's way too much. But it's quite a nice highlighter. It's just not a very interesting shade. Okay, now I made it look very, very crazy. Let me see. I have to kind of clean this up. I'm gonna kind of mix it in so you can see, but yeah, I kind of ruined it. It's a nice highlighter, but it's not a very interesting shade. And I actually like this one more. So this is the Kiko Milano Festival Glow Golden Star Cushion Highlighter, but it's the same thing in a different color. And this is pretty similar, but this one is more like a golden peach, like very peachy. And I just think this is really nice and a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. This just gives me more. It just gives me more. And I feel like also the Charlotte Tilbury one that I just showed you, it's a little bit more of an interesting shade. It just really makes me feel like I want to use it. This is such a gorgeous shade, by the way. This is amazing. So such a beautiful type of peach. I want to wear this again, and now that I'm looking at it, so I'm gonna be keeping this one. But this one I'm not sure because I just feel like it's a bit uninteresting. Just a basic champagne highlighter, and I feel as long as I have these two, like the peach and the more cool tone pink, I'm gonna be reaching for these because I really like the undertones of those. So do I really need this? Do I really want to keep it? I need a better swatch because I kind of ruined it. I need to see what is going on. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I feel like it's not that special, and I just like my highlighters to have a little bit of a different undertone and not be just a champagne. So even though I don't have anything like this in this formula, in this shade, I think it is time for this one to go because I just like the other one so much better. Why would I reach for this one? Okay, this is gonna be decluttered. Alright, these two highlighters by Kiko, these are some of my favorites. These are so beautiful. This one is in the shade Golden Dream, and it's just a little bit more peachy pink than your usual champagne highlighter, and this one is in Coral Sunset. I love these both. I'm gonna be keeping them. If you can still find these somewhere, these are amazing. This Clinique one is the Powder Pop Flower Highlighter. It's a champagne highlighter. It is quite nice, but do I really feel inclined to use it? It is very natural, and it's just a little bit boring to me. I feel like it's a bit boring. Here's the swatch. It's not like something is really wrong with it, but I just don't feel like reaching for it. So I think it's time to declutter this one. Alright, then this next highlighter, it's actually a single eyeshadow. This one is in Girl Talk. I think this is such a nice shade for highlight, but I think it's time to let go. It is really old, and I just feel like I have other things, and I just feel like it is too old for me to still reach for it. It just looks so, like, it's not broken, but it's just way too old. So I'm gonna be decluttering this one, even though this used to be my favorite, and this is also a fave. This highlighting eyeshadow in Metallic Lights by Crease. These two used to be my favorite highlighters, but I think it is time to let go. They're just so old, and I don't feel inspired or excited about these anymore. I just have so many other options. Then this Catrice Morning Glow highlighter in Supreme Rose Beam is a very beautiful, very creamy highlighter, and look at that swatch. It is just next level. I'm gonna be keeping that one around. Alright, so this High Glass Illuminating Powder is kind of like a Super Shock highlighter, very subtle, like more subtle than a Super Shock highlighter. It's this one over here. People said that this was amazing. I tried it and I thought it was pretty okay, but not as amazing. I didn't feel it was that amazing as people said. I feel the same about this one as the Nude Highlighter by Essence. People rave and rave and rave about it because it's so natural, but it's just a bit too natural for me. So I don't know. I feel like I have to try it one more time because it has been a while. But this is probably gonna be cluttered in an upcoming declutter. But I'm gonna keep it for now. Then the Kiko Milano Unexpected Paradise Highlighter in Light of Venus. This is just your basic, very basic champagne shade. And I actually never feel like reaching for this one. Just a basic champagne doesn't get me excited. And I just feel like other Kiko highlighters are more exciting to me. I want to reach for them more. Yeah, it's just, I don't really need this one. Also, the packaging is not that exciting. I have so many Kiko highlighters. There's nothing wrong with it, but Kiko does a lot of amazing highlighters. They do a lot of similar types of formulas, so I don't think I need this in my life. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Then the Maybelline Chrome Highlight in Knockout. This is a nice kind of topper for blush. It has a very cool toned, almost lilac-y base and then kind of a golden pink shift to it. I'm gonna be keeping that one around, even though I feel like it's more of a blush than a highlight. But yeah, it's called a highlight, so it's here. Then the Dior Pink June highlighter from one of their summer collections. I got both the highlighters in that summer collection. When was it? I don't remember. But this is a very beautiful cool tone pink Baked Gelée highlighter. I love it, so I'm gonna be keeping it. And then we have the Super Shock Cheek from the Tinkerbell collection. I really love it. This is one of my favorite highlighters, although I haven't used it a bunch. It's still amazing. I love the sophisticated shimmer that is in here. I have to show it. It's like a cool tone pinky mauve, but light enough for me to use as a highlight. It is just beautiful, and I think the packaging is also very cute. Really love the shade. I'm gonna be keeping this one around. This one is in Happy Thoughts. All right, we have a few more. We have 3 H&M highlighters over here. This one is in Aurora Blush. This is kind of like a blush topper. It is very cool toned and lilac. I don't know if I'm still gonna be reaching for it because such a lilac highlighter, it's a lot for me. I don't really reach for a highlighter that is so lilac. It's a bit hard to tell in the light right now, but it's very lilac. I actually think I'm gonna declutter this one because lilac highlighters are just not something that I really reach for anymore. It's just not something that is up my alley. I feel like a hint of lilac is nice, but it being so like blue lilac, it's too much. The one that I like is this one in Radiant Rose. It's like a cool tone pink. It also has a lilac vibe to it, but this looks a little bit more natural and fresh. And yeah, this is also just a very nice blush topper, so I'm gonna be keeping that one around. I really like the H&M highlighter formula. And then we have Sunbeam, and this is a very like orangey, very warm tone peach, but it also has a pink flip to it. I really like this for like more warm toned cheeks for the spring, for the summer, but in the fall it could also work. I really like this one. It's a really interesting one. I have never seen anything similar. Maybe things like this exist, but I haven't really come across them. It's more unique. And then lastly, this Precious Rituals Long Lasting Vegan Face Highlighter in Golden Meditation. I actually kept this for the packaging because the actual shade is not that interesting and not that new and not that different from me. And I also wasn't like super blown away by it, but I think it is time to let go because it's really bulky, and if I'm not gonna use it, why would I keep it? I also have a bronzer and a blush duo in this packaging that I like more. So I'm gonna let go of this one. All right, I'm gonna put everything that I'm keeping in the basket and I'm gonna see if it fits. Alright, so I'm keeping 30 highlighters and they are not fitting into this basket, but I'm not ready at this point to let go of anything else, so I will figure that out off camera because I cannot fix this right now, but 30 is what I'm keeping. These I still have to review. So this is what I am decluttering. Let me quickly count them. So I'm decluttering 11. It's not the best score, but I think it's quite alright. I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. I'm not someone who lets go of makeup that easily, that quickly. I first feel like I really have to try it out and really see if it might be worth still keeping. This is what I'm gonna let go of. This is gonna be it. Alright, so I'm keeping 30, I'm decluttering 11. I hope you enjoyed this declutter. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And then I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.